across the seas and built the New World colonies. But King George wouldn't set them free, so they fought a revolution, the American Revolution. Oh, we the people here decree we've the right to...
Hi, my name's Diane. Thanks so much for tuning in. You're watching Just Kidding Around show. I hope you enjoyed the opening credits. Took some time to get those to kind of bounce over and bounce back. We work hard just to please you. Each week we introduce our audiences to different crafts and hobbies that can be enjoyed by people of various ages. We encourage families in our community to spend at least one quality family night a week together. And so each program we try and tell the home viewers how to do things that can be enjoyed by the whole family. Joining us this week is Tom Bolender. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Diane.
And I should say rejoin us because you're on an earlier show and we had so many positive responses about that we ask you back. Okay?
Sounds good.
Great. And you know what we didn't do in the last show that we need to do in this show?
What?
Usually when I open the show, I like to say hi to somebody. So maybe there's somebody out there in audience land that you'd like to say hi to.
Hi, Mom.
Oh, that's so cute. And I would say, hi, Mr. Feeney. Maybe just say hi to Mr. Feeney.
Who's Mr. Feeney?
Well, he's sort of this mystery person out there in TV land. Oh, no, we're in TV land. He's in audience land, I guess.
Okay.
And he's just somebody I've known very well. He's like my guardian angel.
Is he a teacher?
He was a former teacher. Why? Did you have a Mr. Feeney as a teacher?
No, but I may have gone to school where he taught.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, he's my guardian angel, so I always say hi to him.
Okay.
So, anyway.
Hi, Mr. Feeney.
Oh, thanks, Tom. Mr. Feeney, this is Tom. So, thanks for joining us, and we're going to be tying flies again. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm excited about this. Last time we tied a woolly bugger, didn't we?
Conehead woolly bugger.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't get that quite right.
That's okay.
Conehead woolly bugger. All right, and what are we be tying tonight?
An Elk Hair Caddis.
Wow. Do you have like a little dictionary of terms or something?
A dictionary of
terms? How do people know the names of all these flies?
Well, you learn them as you tie. You know, there's books. This is a book, Tying Dry
Okay.
Flies.
Could one of the cameramen maybe get a close-up of a few of these books?
Here, hand this to me.
Okay, you got that? And there you go.
Tying Dry Flies.
So that's one way to learn about some of these
you know,
books.
this book will have all sorts of different, each of these are going to be different patterns.
Okay, hold that still for a while because Bill Mackey's going to try and get a close-up of that, I think. Okay, so books.
Okay.
Can most fishermen sort of look at something like that and right away know that's a conehead woolly bugger? Except it's not.
No,
but
you know, obviously it takes you a while.
Okay.
After you've been fly fishing for a while, you know what patterns are more than, you know, when you first get started. And as usually what people do is they start fly fishing and then they'll start tying flies. And
okay.
so they'll have an idea of a lot of different patterns already. But once
Makes
you get
sense.
a book, you know, like the one I showed or some of these others,
Okay.
these are all magazines that, you know, have new patterns all the time, and nobody can know every pattern.
Because there's new ones coming out all the time.
All the time.
Okay, so usually a person starts fishing first, and then they don't usually start out tying the flies first.
No, they usually, you know, fly fishing is a little complicated, so it can take a little while for them to get good at fly fishing in and of itself, and so they wait a while before they'll get into tying.
All right, and is this very complicated? What age groups do you think would do well with this?
You know, probably 9 or 10 years old is about as early as you want to start.
Seems like this would be an awesome thing to start with a grandparent.
Well,
I don't know.
if they have steady hands.
Oh, well, okay. It takes steady hands.
There's lots of coordination.
Okay.
And, you know, tonight you'll get to tie a fly. This is the Elk Hair Caddis that we'll be tying.
All right.
And you'll see that it takes a little bit of skill and dexterity to do it.
Well, I'm anxious to get started.
Okay, well, let's do it. This is an Elk Hair Caddis. I don't know
Great
if
to
we're
have a
gonna get
close-up of that. I bet it will if you hold them still.
What
that's Bill Mackey.
Now I'll just twist this around.
That
so
is
you
the
can
most
kinda
awesome. Now
see
we
it.
call that a vise. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what's holding the fly.
That is so cool. And keep turning that. They did the credits on that.
That's right.
And that's got a lot of hair. It's not showing up real well, is it? It's a tiny little
It's small.
guy.
This is a size 14 Elk Hair Caddis, and a size 14 is a pretty small fly.
Is the 14 the size of the hook?
Yep.
Okay.
I've got a little hook hackle gauge here on
cool.
my. This tells you the size of the hook that you're using, and it also measures this. This is our hackle, and this is what we need for dry flies, dry fly hackle.
Now, according to this, it's like 4, 6, 8, 16, 14, 12, and 10. Are those the only size hooks?
Oh,
There's none
no.
others?
Those are standard size hooks. Hooks go from sizes 10-aught, which are just monster hooks.
Wow.
I mean, I don't even know what you'd fish for, down to, I believe there's a size 32.
Okay.
And, I mean, that would be microscopic. You just wrap your thread around it a couple times and it'd be done.
And that'd be it. But it still catches fish, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Some of the biggest fish are caught on some of the smallest flies.
Okay. Can I mention that Tom teaches classes at Streamside Anglers. So I want you to know he comes to us with a lot of experience. So this guy really knows what he's talking about. I don't want you to think he's just some guy I met at the public library or something. I mean, he knows what he's doing. Isn't that right?
You normally beat guys at the public library.
No, I don't know.
Anybody
Maybe
who's
say
watching
that.
looking
no,
for
no,
Diane.
No, stop. I don't know why I said that. I just want people to know that you're credible. That's important. People want to know. And you're very credible.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
And nothing wrong with the public library.
I've already got your hook in there.
All right.
So
what,
we're
is
ready
mine
to
a
go.
4 too?
14.
14, I'm sorry. Okay.
Take your thread, take your bobbin, put it in your hand like
Bobbin.
I've got mine. This is your bobbin. That's what holds your thread.
Okay.
And these bobbins have little tension adjustments on them so that they can make your thread so it'll wrap nice and tight on your hook but won't break. Make any sense?
Yeah, sure, because I used to sew, and that's exactly what bobbins do on sewing machines, too.
Oh, okay.
Same
well, there
thing.
you go. Okay, hold it like this so that you're holding that black part in between
like
those two fingers.
Oh, okay.
Correct. And then hold your thread with your other hand. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're just going to cross it over, and we're going to start wrapping backwards. Try to start towards the front of the hook.
Oh, is this the front, like that?
Yeah, and wrap backwards now.
Okay, cool. I can do that.
Okay, now we're going to wrap back to what I'm calling the back of the hook. And the back of the hook in this case is when your bobbin and your thread hang straight down, it's going to be in line with this little barb on your hook.
Oh, we didn't take the barb off.
You're right. Let's take that tag end of thread off and wrap all the way to the back of your hook.
Now you, I didn't knot this. You don't need to knot these things?
Nope.
Oh, that's kind of fun. I hate
At least
tying
not
knots.
at this point. Keep wrapping towards the back.
I hate tying knots. So I'm going even with the barb, you said. Parallel with the barb?
Oh, one more back. Okay, slow down. Okay, we'll go, nope, towards the back, not towards the front.
I'm trying.
You just gotta kind of, okay.
Is this hard to do without a
Okay,
vise?
now stop. Now let your thread hang down.
Okay.
And you see how that's in line with the back of your barb?
Yeah.
Okay, now, the next thing we do is you've got a little piece of gold wire here.
Okay.
Pick that up in your left hand. And I'm gonna cut myself off a little piece of gold wire. Now we're gonna take that and just get a little bit hanging out the end.
Okay.
There's no way anybody's going to be able to see this gold wire.
I know.
This truly is gold wire.
I can't. I even see it. It's right here in front of me.
I'm just going to kind of set it on the side of the hook, and I'm going to wrap my thread up forward over it.
Okay, so now we're going back towards the front of the hook. Now, how does a person do this without a vise?
You wouldn't want to.
Okay, so you really need some kind of vise.
I could show you how, but...
Can you do a makeshift vise or...
Oh yeah, you know, you can get a vise for $15 or something, or $20, so trying to make a makeshift vise, it really isn't worth it.
Isn't worth it.
Not worth your headache. Now go all the way to the back of your hook again.
I can't imagine doing this. I think I made the tension too tight on the bobbin. And what, am I supposed to be hanging on to this?
Go ahead and loosen it off a couple of on the bobbin, because you want to keep that thread as close to the hook as you can. And keep going back. Don't go forward at all. Go all the way back. No, go back.
Sorry. It's Good thing you're a patient
Keep going
teacher.
back.
I'm going.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, aren't I about done now?
Nope, you got to go all the way to the back where your wire is.
I'm trying. I'm just afraid I'm going to catch that hook.
You will catch the hook.
Oh, that does happen. There, I
Yeah.
did it. See, I'm catching the hook right now.
Well, what you do there is you just pull your hand over and you just go around it. So come around it, and now we're at the back. Okay, now stop right there.
Okay.
Now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this. You can let go of your...
My wire?
See, this is your wire. Yeah, this is a little material holder right there.
Oh, cool.
So it just kind of hold that wire out of your way.
Okay, just put
slide
in the
it
coil.
in there.
Okay.
Okay, now take your piece of hackle here. That's
All right.
sitting right there.
Here's mine. Is this a real bird feather?
Yep, chicken.
Oh, really?
These chickens are specially bred. You can't just pluck a dry fly hackle off any chicken.
Okay.
This particular, this is dry fly hackle off of this saddle, and this saddle is...
Hold that still. I'm trying to get a close-up of that. Okay.
This is like I mean, it probably costs 50 or 60 bucks for a saddle like this. They're not cheap, but they're not easy to get either.
Is that all from one chicken?
Yeah.
Oh. That must be a
patch.
beautiful chicken.
Well, they diet.
Oh, I see. So out there they're raising chickens just especially for... Bet they take good care of those chickens. Probably. They don't want them to mess up.
So.
Well, they don't want their feathers messed up. You know, keep those feathers
It'd be
nice.
pretty interesting chicken ranch. I'd like to go
It'd be fun.
someday.
Wouldn't that be fun? Okay.
It would. Okay.
Right.
Now you want to hold this in between these two fingers.
Okay.
So nope, your left hand.
Oh, left
so that
hand.
that's sticking out.
Okay,
There
I
you
got
go.
it. Okay.
I'm glad you're right-handed. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing we did with the wire. We're going to put that little stem right onto the hook and just wrap our thread right over.
So now I'm going to the front again. Is that right?
You don't want to go all the way to the front. Just do some really, watch what I'm doing here.
Okay.
See how I'm just doing really nice tight wraps? See how close I keep my thread? It gets...
This is kind of hard to see, though, I got to tell you.
Yeah, more.
I don't think the woolly buggers were that difficult to see.
No, that size 6 woolly bugger was a lot easier to see. Okay, keep going to the back. Okay. Just head to the back only.
Is mine thicker than yours?
Oh, yeah.
Is that
But
bad?
this is the first time you've ever... No, keep heading towards the back. You're just wrapping right over it. So unwrap a couple times here. Let's do this.
Okay.
Okay, right there. Let's get to the back.
So do the fish not bite at one that's as
now
gobbed
stop
up as
right
this?
there.
As
Oh,
this,
no.
or- They don't care? The fish
You'll
don't
still
care?
catch fish.
Do they have competitions for this, like at fairs or something? Best flies?
They do have fly tying competitions, I guess.
Okay.
I've never been to a fly tying competition.
So would mine win like a blue ribbon or something?
We're not done yet.
Okay.
I'll let you know when we're
Yeah,
done.
I'd be disqualified. Okay.
Okay, now what this is this is called dubbing wax. Now dubbing wax isn't something that you need all the time.
Okay.
But when you're first getting started, it's probably better if you use dubbing wax.
All right, I
I'm
need
going to
some
put your
then.
dubbing wax
Looks like
on
lip
here.
gloss.
What you do is you just slide a little bit of this wax on here, and you don't want to get too much on there. When you can see it like that, that means there's probably too much, and you just want to spread it evenly out. Okay. Now, I'm not going to use any dubbing wax because I don't really need any.
Oh.
Now, what we're going to do...
Now, wait a minute. How come I need it and you don't need it?
Because you're a beginner.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now what we're going to do is hold your bobbin in your left hand like I'm holding it.
All right.
Okay. Now you want to make sure you can grip it.
Okay.
And then put that dubbing in your left hand also. Okay, now you're going to take with your right hand, with your, not this finger, just use these two fingers right here. Pull just a tiny bit of that dubbing out.
Okay, I got it. I got a little bit.
That's a whole lot.
That's a lot?
Yeah, just a tiny bit.
Oh, wow. Okay. Is that tiny enough?
Yeah, now take it and...
Can I drop the rest of it?
Nope, you want to hold on to it.
Okay.
And what you want to do is you want to spin this onto your thread and only in one direction. Don't go back and forth. Just twist it in one direction.
On that wax is going to keep that right on there?
Yeah.
But yours, you don't need that?
No.
Okay.
I'm
glad I got it on.
See what I did compared to what
Oh,
you've
wow.
got?
Yeah, you're a pro. That's why you teach the classes.
That's right.
Okay.
I've got another fly that does a different form of dubbing that maybe we'll get a chance to do.
We might have to do that.
Probably
another
not
show.
this show.
Probably not another day, Tom. It takes us about a half hour to tie a fly on this show, but how long would it normally
this fly I
take
could
you?
tie in 5 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now let me help you out here. Just
But
so that
beginners maybe should allow more time, huh?
Yes, most definitely. I'll just help you out a little bit.
Oh,
there,
yeah, you're
so-
good at that.
Okay, let me
Thank you.
Just a tiny bit. And a tiny bit more.
I like the way the cameras have a close-up of that. I hope they can see.
Okay, now you can let go of that stuff.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, now what we're going to do is we're just going to wrap that forward, and you want to do this really slow. Watch.
Okay.
Really slow, and make each wrap right in front of the other one.
Wow. It's hard to see that, though. But you can see each individual wrap, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. One right next to the other without... Without overlapping. What happens if you overlap?
Oh, if you overlap a little, it won't.
Oh,
I don't think any fish will say anything.
You don't think so? Now I'm seeing it.
It's looking good.
Is that better?
Yeah,
Am I
it's
getting better
looking
at
good.
this? Okay, all the way to the front.
Not all the way to the front.
Not all the way.
Just
Right
about
there?
to actually go one, undo one.
Undo one.
Okay.
Okay.
Now let's just take any extra dubbing we have on there. Well, now I'm just gonna clean that up a little bit for you. Okay.
All right.
Now what we want to do is we want to pick our hackle up with our right hand, with your right hand, and just bring it back over to the bottom and grab it with your left hand. Okay, make sure you go around the barb.
Oh, thanks.
Okay, and pull it up.
Okay.
You don't have to hold your bobbin.
Okay.
And then take your right hand and just wrap that.
Oh, we're going to wrap the whole length
Yep, we're
Of
going to
the-
wrap that to the
of the hook?
just to where you were dubbing on.
Oh, and now I'm seeing that's where that comes from. Oh, cool. Now it's starting to look more like the example that you brought. And all those, it's doing all that. Would you call that feathering? What do you call that?
Hackling.
Hackling when it
Or
pokes out like-
palmering your hackle is actually what it's called.
I'm palmering my hackle.
Palmering your hackle.
Okay.
You make that
Oh,
sound so
that's kind
fabulous.
of cool. Now, what is this supposed
Okay.
to look like to a
Oh,
fish?
yours is looking good.
Is it?
Yes.
Thanks.
Okay, now you want to hold.
See, you're a good teacher.
You want to hold that right there.
Are you going to use this to fish with? Would you use my fish?
No,
my
you're
hook?
gonna keep it.
No, I want
I'm
you to
gonna
cook
do
it.
one
Huh?
behind and two behind, and then
I'd like-
two in front.
I want someone to use this and see if they catch a big fish.
Okay.
Can we say
And
what
we
you do
just-
with the fish that you catch?
I let them go.
I know. I think that's awesome.
So we just snip that off.
You
and
believe
then
in catch
go
and
ahead
release.
and do a couple wraps right on top of each
Right on
other.
top?
Make sure you keep that thread as tight as you
got it.
can.
Is that good?
Okay, that ought to work.
Okay. Do you want to say something about catch and release?
What do I want to say about catch and release? Do it.
Okay. That's
Let your
it.
fish go.
So spend
let
all
them
this
live
time
another
making
day.
a fly just to catch a fish, just to let it go.
Well, see, if you catch him when he's 14 inches and you let him go, you can catch him again when he's 16
There
inches.
you go. Okay.
And if you take pictures, you can see their growth.
Isn't that cool? So every
actually
time you
pretty
catch a
nice.
fish, take his picture, and you
Well,
recognize them?
if you can.
So you got a family photo with fish in it? That should be interesting.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Theoretically, you could, though.
All right.
Okay, now let's take our gold wire. We better hurry up. We probably don't have too much time
I
left.
don't know. Bill's probably going to let us know when we're down to a few minutes,
Okay.
I think. But I think he's telling us
5
minutes.
Okay, now what
Thanks,
we're going to
Bill.
do is we're going to wrap this, go underneath, and we're going to wrap it in the opposite direction that we wrapped
that's
the
kinda weird.
hackle. The reason that we're doing that is we're using this gold wire to secure the hackle so that it will not come off when we're
So I'm
fishing
doing the
it.
whole entire length?
Yep, just right back over that
This
hackle.
is kind of a handful. I like doing the hackle better. And this is just sort of tying it right on there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So it won't come off. Is that good?
Yep. And then go two, hold it with your right hand, and with your left hand hold your bobbin, and go two behind it. So, go like that. Hold your bobbin.
Oh, I'm doing it with the bobbin?
Yeah.
Well,
And then
my
let
hands are getting
and
all
then let
weird.
it drop.
Okay, I was
Okay.
having a hard time. Thanks.
I'll just. Okay. Now we are going to, here, you'll need this.
Okay.
We're going to cut our elk hair.
These are interesting looking scissors. Cool.
Well, they've got the free thumb so that you can keep them in your hand, and that way it's real easy to work with. I'll
I've
give
never
you
seen
that
a pair of scissors
patch.
like that.
Now what we're going to do is grab this patch here in your left hand,
Okay.
put the scissors in your right,
Okay.
and then you want to pull some of this hair
Jeez,
up.
this is elk hair?
Yep, bleached elk hair.
Wow, the real
Just
thing.
pull a little bit up like that.
Right, okay, I'm getting lost. Just pull it up?
Yep,
Just right from here.
exactly.
Okay.
Okay, and then hold that bit with your left hand
Okay.
and cut it with the very inside of your scissors down at the base.
So I want that chunk or that chunk? I want this
This
chunk?
is the chunk that you want. No, you want
How
this
many-
chunk right here.
Yeah, but I gotta cut a lot
No,
off for
no,
that.
no, cut it. No, like that.
Oh, so right off there. I thought you cut some of the hide on yours. I'm
No.
sorry. I was trying to get the hide too.
Okay.
Wow, so that's real elk.
Okay, hold that.
Okay.
Okay, now what we have to do is we have to hold the tips of it,
All right.
hold it by the tips,
Okay.
and we're just going to take the extra hair out of here.
Okay.
Oh, perfect, you did that good. Now
Did
I'm going
I?
to take what
It's
we
nice to
call
know
a
I did
hair
something right.
stacker. I'm going to put the tips in there. What that's going to do is it's going to even all the tips out on the end.
And what'd you call this?
A hair stacker.
Hair stacker? Okay.
So you put those tips in.
Like a magic trick. Tap it like this,
Yep.
and then somehow they come out.
Don't take them out yet. Just
Okay.
hold on a second. I'll tie this on.
And then yours is
This-
going to be done, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty.
Oh, they have, Bill Mackey has a real good close-up of that.
Oops, I made that wing.
Because that's the final touches,
a
right?
little too long.
Is that right, Tom? It's sort of the final touches?
Yep, exactly.
Oh, good. That's a half hour's work. Not really, we did 2.5 hours.
There you go.
So that's 15 minutes.
You got yours done too. Okay, now I have to whip finish this real quick. Okay. Now let's do yours.
Down
You
to
need to
2
hold
minutes.
that on the side.
Okay.
Okay, so hold that with your left hand.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now pull that out with your right hand.
Oh,
Oh, okay, what you did is you put the wrong ends in, so put that back together.
okay.
We'll just put
Tips
those
go in.
tips in.
Okay. Then do I hit it on the
Tap it
table?
on the table.
Tap it on the table. Okay, it's all
Hold
tapped.
it sideways.
Sideways.
Left hand,
Pull it
on.
out.
Grab those tips with your left hand.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now grab them right about there with your right hand.
Okay.
Okay, now what we want to do is we want to measure those. So that's a little too long, so grab the tips with your left again. No, grab just the very tips with your left hand.
Very tips.
Okay,
Okay.
now move your fingers farther up. Okay, now hold that.
All right.
Okay, now let's go up here. Okay, grab the tips again.
It's still not enough?
No, you had enough that time.
Okay.
So,
now what do I do?
So just grab the tips.
I got it.
Okay.
Now what?
No, you don't have just the tips. We're running out of time.
All right. Do you want to just finish this? Why don't you finish that?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Okay. I don't have enough hair to finish it.
Well, do the best you can.
We'll do a little bit of a job here.
Do a lot of people in the Olympia area tie flies, do you think?
Oh, tons of people.
Okay.
Fly tying and fly fishing is getting to be so
Really popular? Oh, good. We're down to 1 minute now. I'm sorry, I
1
wasted a whole minute trying to
minute.
get that right.
Oh, that's okay.
This is a pretty cute little guy, though.
Still turned out all right.
Were you going to put those little movable eyes on him?
No.
Oh, okay.
Some of the wet flies that we tie, we'll put little movable.
Seriously? I was just kidding. They really
Little
do.
rattles in them.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I was just kidding. Oh, there come the credits.
Well,
They're getting rid of us. Thanks to Bill Mackey, who ran all 3 cameras, and Tom
Bill,
Dubuque.
you're our hero.
No kidding. And Tom Dubuque, who's in the control room by himself. Bye-bye. Join us again.
We the people here decree we've the right to life and liberty. We're all created equally in America, and we're going to live here happily in America. Our founding fathers crossed the seas and built the new world colonies. But King George wouldn't set them free, so they fought a revolution, the American Revolution. Oh, we the people here decree we've the right to life and liberty. We're all created equally in America, and we're going to live here happily in America. The English army came in boats. It was buckskin versus bright red coats. Then the Yankees won the war and wrote our country's constitution, the United States Constitution. Oh, we the people here decree we've the right to life and liberty. We're all created equally in America, and we're going to live here happily in America. Through the passing years, the pioneers crossed the frontier without rest. Oh, the land was new and this country grew from the east coast to the west. Oh, we the people here decree we've the right to life and liberty. We're all created